Will the pain ever go? Will the pain ever go? Welcome back, Mtasa. It's been a while without talking. It's been a while without recording. I missed you. I also hope you've been missing me. But well, that's all right. I'm back and you're also back. If you're new to this channel, welcome, please. You can as well subscribe so that every time I post a video, you can be notified. To our usual viewers, we thank you so much for the support. I hope these lessons that we discuss here, they are changing lives out there. Someone somehow is being assisted, right? We're still running under our title, Will the Pain Ever Go? We thank you. I had made an invitation on my last video that all those who want to send their stories, they are more than welcome to do so. Yes, so one of our viewers responded to our invitation. So today, it's not about me, it's about this guy. So we're going to be reading the story, the heart he wrote to us, his experience on how he coped with death, and on how he had to make some adjustments here and there, right? I am still your humble and your daily servant, Wisdom Messiah Phili. Remember, if you haven't subscribed, just click that subscription button. Just click, subscribe so that every time I post a video, you are notified. Yes, will the pain ever go? I'm doing a story today for a gentleman called Mcebisi. Story from Mcebisi. Yeah, guys, yeah, the guy has a story. So I had to type it because it's quite long. If I say it with my head, I might forget some of the important points. So bear with me. Sometimes I'll have to look down on my where I wrote. Then we continue, right? I'm just going to read just a few lines. Mcebisi wrote to us and he says to us, I lost my mom in 2009 when I was 15. I was doing my Form 2 at John Talak. Life was a bit easier and affordable by then. So we find a guy who says to us, he lost a mom at 15. Can you imagine at 15? Yeah, that is bad or right? He was in a boarding school. Life was a bit easier then and affordable. Let's hear what happened after the passing of the mom. It was so unfortunate because at that time, my mom is the only person who was working. Yes. I remained with my brother and my father. So we see he had remained with the elder brother, then the mother. And the father, because the mother had passed away. My father remarried 2 years later. I personally think if there is a subject that seriously needs to be addressed, is the issue of remarrying. So many times kids are left out. No one really takes their time to see what do the kids think and how do they feel about this whole thing to them. He says to us, he wants to address his story, particularly feels that when it comes to issue of remarrying, when one parent passes away, the surviving parent will have to marry. He says he feels that sometimes kids are left out. Nothing is done to kids. Let's just read, guys. Let me not comment. Let me just read everything. Please don't get bored because I just have to read. I promise you, it's not gonna be too long. So when my father remarried in 2011, me and my brother were so much against it. We would fight this lad. It was chaotic. We did not want her at all. We did not want her at all. Well, our efforts could not count. My dad went on and married. Yes, we find the father remarrying. Please hang in. It's going to be a nice story. I also enjoyed when I was reading it. Let's read the rest of the story. Well, when the lady came into the picture, she really tried her best to be the mother of the family, tried to support in all that she could, despite the attitude and the behavior that we had against her. Now, he's writing this now, saying now, last week when he emailed this thing to us, now, 10 years later, just because I've grown, I appreciate the presence of my stepmom in my father's life. Particularly, maybe had it not been for her, my father would be dead by now. I have grown up. We now have a special bond. Hallelujah, glory. Losing a parent is a defining moment in one's life. My mother's passing shook things, but God was very faithful, and He is still faithful up to this day. Wow, this is interesting, right? Let's just hang in and hear how the story ends. I am where I am today because of all those experiences. As I said, I was in a boarding school. I had to leave that boarding school and go to a day school in Yanda where I wrote my ordinary level. I did so well. Econet picked me up. They paid for my A-level till my first degree at NAST. And upon graduating, I got a job at NAST. Wow, this is good. All this I credit to God because I believe He was leading. I am not yet here. I'm not yet where I want to be in life or where I think I can be, but I am grateful for where I am already because God is still leading me. Wow. So this guy loses a mother. Then when it appeared as if things had gone wrong, he had to leave that school. God knew that if he was in that boarding school, the scholarship was not going to locate him. He had to leave that school, go to a day school. Then Econet, one of the biggest companies in Zimbabwe, paid his education. Wow, that's good. Let's just hear the conclusion. He said, here is the conclusion of Mcebisi. I lost my mom, yes. I was young and I needed her, but I have seen the hand of the Lord throughout my life. All the way through, I thank God, even for my stepmom. She well played the role of a mom in my life. I really appreciate. Thank you all. Wow. Wow. That's an amazing piece of experience from our brother. So I really enjoyed the air. I really like particularly the area of a surviving parent remarrying. Sometimes, guys, this thing is really not properly addressed. Sometimes kids are just left out. No one really cares. I think remarrying is really a good idea, but I appeal whenever you are, whenever you need to remarry rises, I will say, let us also include kids. Try and talk to your children, understand what they feel, and explain. I'm sure they will understand, right? We appreciate that the brother, he says, initially I could not appreciate, but today, 11 years later, I appreciate. So I want to appeal to all the stepsons. I know the world has deemed stepmothers as monsters and etc. etc. Well, I'm not here to defend anyone, but I'm trying. To the stepsons, let's try our best to be the best children. To stepmothers, you know what? Sometimes kids are just kids. They're so young. Please do not give up. Try by all means to be what? To be a mom. I know mothers are capable of these things because it is in your nature. This issue of mothering, this thing of mothering is your calling. So I'm just trying to call for a balance between the two parties, right? If we can all meet for a same purpose, can all combine our forces, at the end, it's possible to have a bond, a relationship. Lastly, guys, I want to say this. Akulahlwa mbeleko ngokufelwa. We can still have diamond. We can still pick gold from those fiery furnaces. When Mcebisi is looking back today, he is not crying of the people who lost. No. He's saying it was because of God, and God led him. He is where he is today because God saw him in that day school. As a result, this young man is now a graduate from NAST. He holds a degree, Bachelor of Science, right, in environmental health or environmental management. He is currently pursuing his master's. Oh, praised be the Lord. To all the orphans and to all the underprivileged kids, it's not the end of the road. Akulahlwa mbeleko ngokufelwa ngiyaphinda. Keep on trying, keep on pushing. God is always there. Remember the verse that we read the other day. The last enemy that shall be destroyed is death. Then Psalm 30 verse 5 says, weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Please Do not give up. Do not doubt. We thank you so much. May the good Lord bless you all and also bless our guest in absentia who was here. We thank you so much for coming right through. We still call and invite many other people who have experiences, who want to share their stories with the whole world. Remember to keep safe and wear those masks. Keep on sanitizing till we meet again. I love you all. Thank you. Goodbye.